In Section 2, we'll take you step by step through the heat tool equipment requirements as well as the tool setup and operation. Before beginning the heat tool assembly, always have an appropriate size fire extinguisher nearby. Our demonstration uses the Shrink-Fast 998 propane-fired heat tool kit as well as additional recommended accessories, all available through Protect Plastics and Supply Incorporated. This video is not intended to be a replacement for the 998 operations manual. In fact, we highly recommend familiarizing yourself with the owner's manual as it contains additional information including safety, maintenance, and troubleshooting procedures far beyond the scope of this video. The following equipment will be used in this demonstration: a 5 or 10-gallon propane tank of the vapor withdrawal variety, the Shrink-Fast 998 POL regulator, the Shrink-Fast 998 propane heat tool, a 25-foot propane hose, the female quick connect, the male quick connect, the optional 25-foot extension hose and connector, and the all-purpose wrench included in the Shrink-Fast 998 kit. You will also need a standard adjustable wrench to install some of the fittings. In Step 1, connect the POL regulator to the propane tank. Find the thread on the POL regulator with the rounded end and insert it into the propane tank valve. Since this is a gas-based system, all fittings will use a left-hand thread and assemble in a counterclockwise direction. Be sure to screw all threaded fittings in completely to seal the threads and avoid any dangerous gas leaks. The all-purpose wrench should always be used to snug down the connection while being careful not to over-tighten the fittings. Thread sealer can be used but is not mandatory. In Step 2, attach the 25-foot propane hose to the POL regulator. Either end can be used as both ends of the propane hose are identical. Connect the hose to the exposed thread of the POL regulator. Again, turning in a counterclockwise direction and snugging it tight with the all-purpose wrench. At this point, if desired, install the optional 25-foot extension hose using the hose connector. You will also need an adjustable wrench in addition to the all-purpose wrench to properly secure the fittings. In Step 3, attach the female quick connect to the propane hose. Using an adjustable wrench, along with the all-purpose wrench, tighten the fitting securely. In Step 4, attach the male quick connect to the heat tool gas inlet. Make sure to snug down the seal to avoid any dangerous gas leaks near the ignition source. In Step 5, connect the heat tool to the propane hose. Retract the red fitting on the female quick connect and snap the male quick connect into place. Then give it a pull to make sure the connection is secure. In Step 6, you are now ready to turn on the propane bottle to activate the system and check for any minor gas leaks. To open, turn the propane tank valve in a counterclockwise direction. When the valve is activated, the 998 POL regulator will start to rise and stop at approximately 22 psi, the factory setting. Once the needle has risen completely, wait up to 30 seconds for an audible click. During this 30-second interval, the POL regulator is checking for any major gas leaks, and the click indicates the system is now safe for operation. If an attempt is made to ignite the heat tool before the click, the POL regulator will shut down the system, thinking that it has found a gas leak. As an additional precaution, we recommend spraying a soapy water solution on all connection points and inspecting for air bubbles. This ensures there are no minor leaks that the POL regulator may be unable to detect. Finally, in Step 7, you will ignite the heat tool and learn how to adjust the pressure. The heat tool should only be operated between 15 and 30 psi and comes preset from the factory at an optimal setting of 22 psi. A low setting of 15 psi will give you approximately 145,000 BTU, sufficient for heat seaming and general touch-up work such as filling holes. A medium setting of 22 psi will give you approximately 165,000 BTU, This setting is what Protect recommends for general heat shrinking. A high setting of 30 psi will give you approximately 210,000 BTU. This is the maximum setting that should be used and is ideal for the heat shrinking of large areas in a quick and efficient manner. Do not exceed 30 pounds, as the pressure will extinguish the ignition source. Before igniting the heat tool, be sure to point it in a safe direction, away from any people or flammable materials. Using a steady, slow pressure, depress the rear safety and front trigger at the same time. The heat tool will ignite. To adjust the heat tool temperature, loosen the small nut behind the black knob on the POL regulator. Turning the knob in a clockwise direction will raise your PSI level. Turning it counterclockwise will lower it. Once you've finished using your heat tool, turn the propane tank valve in a counterclockwise direction until it stops. Now ignite your heat tool to purge all of the remaining propane left in the system and make sure the gauge drops down to 0. You can now safely disassemble your heat tool kit for storage.